If you like the big Western RPGs from the most well-known creators and you only play on PS5, it might be time to take that PS5 outside and do this to it.
Ah!
We like our RPGs here at Overcrumbled Towers, and if you also like the big Western RPGs, we're not talking about JRPGs, they're a completely different kettle of fish. We're talking about the big Western RPGs and the big Western RPG studios. So if you are into those type of games and you only play on PlayStation, you're gonna have to get yourself at least a PC or an Xbox. An Xbox would be far cheaper than buying yourself a PC that's equivalent in power to a Series X or a PS5. Now, I know what you're saying already. Baldur's Gate 3, what? Minus what?
It's strength.
Minus on strength.
Wow.
Yeah!
That.
It's knocking him out. It's going to be more or less a PlayStation 5 exclusive because it's being delayed on the Xbox. Yeah, but like, apart from that and BioWare games, all the big RPG makers are now owned by Microsoft. And BioWare isn't really BioWare anymore because the BioWare of today is not the same BioWare that made Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, Neverwinter Nights, Jade Empire, Mass Effect Trilogy, Dragon Age Origins. All those people have gone, long gone, and who knows what's going on with Dragon Age 4, when that's even going to come out. No one knows. Or the new Mass Effect game hasn't even got a release date, it's in pre-production. So, unless I'm missing a big Western RPG maker, they're all owned by Xbox. So you've got Bethesda Games Studios, owned by Xbox. You've got Obsidian, owned by Xbox. You've got inXile, owned by Xbox. And then you've got, to a lesser degree, Playground's RPG team that are making Fable. Who quite a lot of their staff, from what I can gather, are ex-Lionhead, the creators of the original Fable trilogy. Yeah, I know there's plenty of smaller, independent RPG creators from Western studios, but we're not talking about them. We're talking about the big guys. We're talking about the big AAA games and AA games. And they're all owned by Microsoft. And none of their games are going to be coming out on the PlayStation. Why is that? I've said it before. Jim Ryan's fault. Jim Ryan is like the cancer of PlayStation. Why is that? Because they tried to stop Microsoft from buying Activision Blizzard, and they were going after third-party exclusives. Like, aggressively going after them. I said this before in my previous videos. Go and watch them. Go and watch them now. No, don't go and watch them now. Go and watch them after this. So as we're talking about RPGs, let's go through the big RPG creators that Xbox now owns. So start with the most obvious one, Bethesda. What games have Bethesda made? Well, unless you've been living under a rock for the last 20 odd years, Bethesda make all the Elder Scrolls games. So Elder Scrolls 1 through to 5, all made by Bethesda Games Studios. So they made Elder Scrolls 1 Arena, Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall, Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, and Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. Then they've also made Fallout 3 and Fallout 76. Although Fallout 76 was made by a separate studio within BGS. It wasn't made by our Lord God Emperor Todd Howard's team.
For the Emperor!
Although a few of those people, like a select group of people from that team, went over to Austin to help make Fallout 76. Then we've got Obsidian. Everybody knows Obsidian, surely. If you're into RPGs, you know who Obsidian are. They made Knights of the Old Republic 2, Neverwinter Nights 2, Alpha Protocol, Fallout New Vegas, Dungeon Siege 3, South Park The Stick of Truth, Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2, and The Outer Worlds. And then we come into inXile. inXile made The Bard's Tale 4, Hunted the Demon's Forge, Planescape Tides of Numenera, and then they did the Wasteland Remastered and Wasteland 2 and 3. So these are some big games and some big IPs. And if you're into these games and you want to play their sequels, you're going to have to ditch that PlayStation. If you're of a certain age, you'll have heard of a developer called Black Isle Studios. Now, if you don't know, all the leadership of Obsidian and inXile are all ex-Black Isle and Interplay developers. Now, Black Isle and Interplay back in the day were responsible for some pretty small, tiny games. You might never have heard of them. Very small games like Fallout and Fallout 2 and Icewind Dale 1 and 2 and Planescape Torment and also the Bard's Tale trilogy, which is a cult classic RPG series. Black Isle also published Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 and Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 1 and 2. So yeah, the people whose teams are now owned by Microsoft are responsible for some of the most influential and revered Western RPGs of all time. We wouldn't be playing Fallout 76 or Fallout 4 if it wasn't for the guys that make up Obsidian and inXile. Two of the main designers of the original Fallout work at Obsidian. So yeah, so if you're a big fan of these games, or at least you know what they are, you've heard of them, you've played the more modern versions, like the newer Fallouts, for example, or Fallout New Vegas, you know, the big RPGs that everybody talks about. And if you want to play the new ones, yeah, they're not going to be coming to PlayStation. And who have you got to blame? Jim Ryan. So what are these RPG makers that are owned by Microsoft making at the moment? Well, let's start with Bethesda. They're obviously making Starfield. That comes out in like 13 days as of me recording this right now. That didn't come into PS5. What are they making next? Elder Scrolls 6. That ain't going to be coming to PS5 either. What are they making after that? Fallout 5. Is that going to come to PlayStation? No. What are Obsidian making? Obsidian are making Avowed, which I found out recently, didn't know this, is basically Pillars of Eternity 3. Set in the same universe, it's technically a prequel to Pillars of Eternity 1. Is that coming to PlayStation? No. It's been confirmed, no, that's not coming to PlayStation, ever. Outer Worlds 2 is in development at Obsidian as well. Is that going to come out on PlayStation? They haven't confirmed saying it's not, but I bet it won't. And then there's the rumoured Fallout New Vegas 2. Is that going to come to PlayStation? No, doubt it. What are inXile working on? They're working on Clockwork Revolution, which was shown at the Microsoft Xbox showcase a couple months ago. It looks a bit Bioshock-y, but it's been confirmed since they've shown that it is a full-on RPG, like their previous games, like what they do. That's what they do. That's what inXile do. They make full-on RPGs. That's what it is. They're also quietly working on Wasteland 4 and probably Bard's Tale 5 as well. Will these come to PlayStation? I will put money on it and say no, not now. Not the way Sony has tried to stop them from buying Activision Blizzard. Not happening. And then we've got the Fable reboot. That's definitely not coming to PlayStation. And then if you add on top of this, when they complete the buyout of Activision, they're going to be getting Blizzard, who are the Diablo people. So there's another action RPG in the Microsoft stable. Will we see Diablo 5 coming to PlayStation? Who knows? Maybe Microsoft make Activision third party. Who knows? But as of right now, all the studios that Microsoft have bought so far, they're going to be exclusive now. Even going away from RPGs. We already know that the Indiana Jones game is not coming to PlayStation anymore. It was, it ain't now. And that's since the Activision Blizzard thing, where Sony have been complete assholes, and it's completely backfired. And now this is the start of Microsoft making Sony pay.
And now it's time to pay!
So if you like Western RPGs, you cannot just have a PlayStation, because apart from the odd one like Baldur's Gate or the next Mass Effect or the next Dragon Age, you're not getting the rest of them. You're not getting the RPGs from these creators that have made some of the most revered RPGs of all time. You're just not going to get them. So you've got two options. Get yourself a PC or get yourself an Xbox. And an Xbox is going to be significantly cheaper than getting a PC of the same power level as a Series X or a PS5. So what do you think about what I've said? Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Whether you're a PlayStation fanboy, whether you're an Xbox fanboy, whatever. Let me know. Do you agree with what I've said? Do you think I'm talking out my ass? Let me know. If you like this video, there's a button for you to press specifically for that purpose. And if you also wouldn't mind subscribing, that would be badass. Up here, you can see our latest video. Maybe it's me ranking Sega Mega Drive games. And then down here, you've got another video. Who knows what that's going to be? Might be Bond playing Fable. Might be me playing Fallout. Might be another one of these news videos. I don't know how YouTube decides what this is. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.